Hey everybody, hey everybody. You're on live with my 2 cents, and we are your hosts. I'm Pastor Steph.
I'm Shantice.
And I'm Ainsley Harris.
All righty. Well, we have been on a countdown, everybody, for the Writers Guild Awards 2024 that took place on Sunday. This past Sunday, April 14th, and it was actually here in New York. So here was the first thing we wanted to make sure we talked about. This was a big amusement award show, and we're gonna give you a little piece of information about this. But before we do, we definitely gotta give our shout out to our girl who holds it down in the background. Hey, Anika.
What's up? Anika,
Hey.
my sis from another miss.
All right. So thank you so much for holding us down on Facebook and YouTube Live. We want to make sure you check in. So if you're in the room, make sure you give us a shout out. We're going to give a shout out to our girl, Ketty. Hey, Ketty.
Hey there. What up? What up?
All right. So make sure you're in the room. We don't know you're in the room unless you say hello. So let's talk about the first thing about this Writer Guild Award 2024. Well,
Talk about it.
Sunday, we went to find out where it was streaming or what channel it was going to be on. And it wasn't even televised. We were like, what? Oh, let's give you first dibs at your Shantice. The fact that the Writers Guild Awards weren't even televised.
I was like, what? Since when do you have an award show like this? Any award show on this level, and you don't have it open, even if you went like straight to YouTube or something. Like, what kind of new trend are you trying to set? That just really confirmed a lot that we've been saying on our lives the past few weeks. It's just like, so they don't, us as the fans of the writers, so the writers don't mean that much that the writers don't have fans. How does that work?
Wow.
Yeah, let's take it a step further. It was in New York, but if I'm not mistaken, it was a bi-coastal. It was happening both on the East Coast and the West Coast
Yes.
at the same time. It was in New York, I think in LA. I forgot the name of the theater. This whole thing. So it was going both. So we talk on both East Coast and West Coast, both sides of the U.S. and whatnot, of this magnitude. And like this, because you got the Oscars, the Grammys, the Academy. You got all these awards and whatnot. That is televised. That the knowledge is the directors, producers, actors, actresses, supporting actors, supporting actress, everything that goes into the film. But yet the writers, okay. Are you serious or whatnot?
Yeah, that was like, wow. This is what we doing. This is how we showing our appreciation to the writers.
All right, so I'm like, somebody cheat. I said they could have called me. I would have, got the video thing going or something like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, come on, you could have hired Lil Ray or
Pookie
Ishmael to film the show. Yo,
yeah.
Pedro, somebody could have, videotaped the show. Not only that, but it's the Writers Guild Award is like universal.
Yeah.
They're not just an American award. They are universal. They're all over
international.
The world.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, what is that? So I mean, how cheap can you possibly get?
And you got people just like they do in the other awards and whatnot. They give you the up to the minute, like who won and stuff for them. If you got all this attention from the media, how come this stuff is not broadcast? So I don't understand the reason why. I don't know the reason why. It make no sense to me though. I mean,
Me either. And considering that you can do YouTube Live for free,
right, right.
You could have definitely. definitely done better than that. We have a comment. They didn't learn from the strike. It's true. It's true. Come on. The very writers, the people that put this stuff out there for the actors and the directors and all these people to actually function.
Work.
You dropped the ball big time. So I don't know. They whack. They straight whack. And right then, I mean, come on. Now there's your diversity for you, because you could have got anybody to work the camera for $5.
Right.
I'm writing a letter, no Pookie and we could hook them up.
Absolutely. All right. So let's go to our winners. Okay. The first week we did the adapted screenplay. And in our adapted screenplay, I want to make sure I get my all my information. In the adapted screenplay category, let's see who was nominated. American Fiction. That was screenplay by Cord Jefferson, which is one of the diverse films that were added.
Yep.
We got Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. And that's screenplay by Kelly Freeman Craig. You've got Killers of the Flower Moon, screenplay by Eric Roth and Martin Scorsese. You have Naiad, screenplay by Julia Cox, and Oppenheimer, screenplay by Christopher Nolan. Now, keep in mind that these were movies that originally were books. Okay, so we reviewed two of the shows, American Fiction and Oppenheimer. Shantice, who would you like to see win out of the two, Oppenheimer or American Fiction?
Anybody other than Oppenheimer. No. American Fiction. Anybody else could have been on the opposite end of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope American Fiction won.
All right. What about you, Ainsley?
Oh, right from the get-go, I was like American Fiction.
Okay. And
I expressed my views. I think me and Shantice and we expressed our views how we feel about Oppenheimer enough.
Well, I gotta be honest. Unlike the other two, where I thought, excuse me, Oppenheimer was a good movie, just a little slow at the beginning.
Yeah,
it was good. I really hope that American Fiction would win because of the diversity, and it was an excellent movie. It was good. So, Brother Ainsley, who won?
The winner of the 2020-24 adapted screenplay is American Fiction. They got it right. They got it right. I was about to say they got it right. Because there was so much hype over this Oppenheimer, because they won the war, all this kind of stuff. So if you would go by that, you would lean towards Oppenheimer. But nah, I'm so glad American Fiction, they got it right. So I'm like, okay. It was about to be a situation up in here if they didn't.
Hostile situation.
A hostile situation, right?
Yes.
We got to check in from Majesty. Hey, Majesty. Thanks for joining us tonight as we reveal the winners out of 4 categories that we reviewed from the Writers Guild Award. So click it or kick it, all 3 at the same time for American Fiction.
Click it.
It's a click.
All right.
Click.
I've not seen American Fiction. It is a diverse movie, screenplay by Corey Jefferson. So there was a black cast. There was a black screenplay writer. So, woo! Glad to see them win. And definitely
great start.
Not Oppenheimer. They were just all over the place this year. They won everything this year. So it's nice to see that, somebody got some attention other than Oppenheimer. Right?
You know what, too? Somewhat independence, because sometimes it's like we want to be landslide. So I guess they be more independent and like, okay, we don't care what that did over there
Right,
with the
right.
Oscars. This is our own thing right here. So
Okay.
I got to give kudos for that because I was starting to think like, all right now,
Okay.
you always got to look side eye to these kind of things.
Absolutely. All right. We then reviewed a comedy series. Now, in the comedy series area, the nominees were Abbott Elementary, written by Quinta Brunson, Ava Coleman, so forth and so on. It is a diverse writing team. They have some black and some white on the writing team. Barry, written by Mark Ashmore, which I didn't think was a comedy, by the way. The Bear, written by Karen Joseph Adcock and her team. Jury Duty, which is written by Tana Bean. And Only Murders in the Building, written by Matteo Borges or Borges. And we reviewed Abbott Elementary and Jury Duty. Who would you like to see win, Shantice, in these two categories?
Abbott Elementary. She got mad at my answer and hung up.
Technical difficulties. Oh, here she go.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
She mad.
Somebody messed with my volume. I got a call and it just threw my whole volume off.
Why they calling? That means they're not watching.
All right. I'm going to go out and come back in.
All right.
Hold on.
See? You know why, Ainsley? Because she about to be a hater. And she about to say she hopes that Jury Duty wins. And it was funny.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm kind of leaning towards Jury Duty. Don't get me wrong. I love Abbott. I like Abbott. But Jury Duty, it kind of caught me, it was interesting.
It caught me off guard too. I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I did. It was hilarious, but I don't know about it being funnier.
I mean, the originality, the creativity of Jury Duty, because I thought it was all like fake. It was that good, you know what I'm saying? So, because of that, and this is the first season. Now maybe next year I'll go back to Abbott.
Come on, you got to catch up to Abbott. Abbott is on season 3, I think.
Yeah, it is. It's good. I'm catching up with it. It's good. I've been watching it. And they're all good. All the season stuff.
Oh gosh. Well, I got a feeling Abbott didn't win. And we started off so well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, but what other shows do you think should have been in that category?
Comedy. That's a good one. I don't know. Off the top of my head, comedies.
They don't really have good comedies out from now. Anything I watch comedy is all old stuff.
Yeah.
So,
see, to me, one of the best comedies I like, believe it or not, I like the Bernie Mac show. That was one of my favorites.
It was funny. I couldn't really stay into it.
Really?
When I watched it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when I watched it. I couldn't really oh yeah, I gotta watch the Bernie Mac show. No, I couldn't do that.
All right.
I couldn't do that.
But I can't wait till we talk about Good Times. All right, we'll talk about that later.
Oh Lord.
Lord have mercy. Yeah.
All right.
She's back.
All right, I'm back.
Right.
I'm back. I'm sorry. Somebody
okay.
And threw me all off. All right. So we got a check in from Vivian and Serge. Hey, Vivian and Serge.
What up, Viv and Serge?
Now, we have the nominees in this category. I missed who you said you wanted to win, Ainsley.
I'm going to lean towards Jury Duty.
Okay.
I thought it was very creative. It caught me off guard with that one because I thought it was all fake, and the creativity with that, I'm like, okay.
All right.
That deserves.
Who did you want to win?
Abbott Elementary.
All righty. All right. I was hoping for jury duty. I know
Oh, you got cooked off.
Abbott is what we wanted, for obvious reasons.
It's a fan
But
fave.
right. But I'm willing to go with what was better in my opinion. So the winner for that particular category, best comedy series, The Bear.
No way.
Yes.
I'm like,
Stoner,
I'm happy they weren't talking about.
Renee Gube and Joanna Kalo. It wasn't a comedy to me. I started watching it and I found nothing funny about this particular category.
I didn't see the point in the movie at all, regardless of what genre they put it in, what category.
you know what's comedy? When you watch something they say is a comedy and you watch it the whole time like this.
Yeah. yes, and yes. All righty. Then we actually we reviewed the drama series. We reviewed the drama series, and let's get those nominees. The nominees for the drama series category in the Writers Guild Award is wait, where's the drama series? Okay, The Crown, written by Daniel Mark James and his team. The Curse, written by Carmen Christopher and her team. The Diplomat, written by Eli Addy and his team. And The Last of Us, written by Neil Druckmann. And Succession, which was written by Will Arbery. Now, did anybody look at anything other than what we reviewed outside of Succession? We reviewed Succession.
I didn't watch anything. I started to watch The Last of Us.
Okay.
And then
and I started watching The Diplomat, and a little bit of The Crown. Some of with just the title on The Curse. I'm like, that don't even interest me. So
right. Okay.
I'm like, no, I ain't even bothering.
Okay. Well, considering that y'all didn't finish it, that says a whole lot for any of the other. But we did review Succession, and the winner in that particular category for drama series is Succession. Oh. I like it. I'm happy they won. Okay. All right.
No, they don't get it right. I realize all these categories is hit and miss. Sometimes they get it right, sometimes they don't, man. Succession, I'm like, nah,
Wait.
Bunch of cussing family folks, man.
Succession, click it or kick it. I said click it.
Kick it down the road, I say. Nah.
I'd say click it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So, okay, then we did a review of the TV and New Media Motion Pictures nominees, and that was Finest Kind, written by Brian Heldren, and Mr. Monk's Last Case, written by Andy Breckman. No One Will Save You, written by Brian Duffield. Quiz Lady, written by Jen D'Angelo. And Totally Killer, written by David Madelon and Sasha Pearl Raver. Now, we reviewed Finest Kind and Quiz Lady. Out of the two, who would you like to see win, Shantice?
Finest Kind.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Ainsley?
And they also saw Monk's Last Case.
Oh, okay.
I saw that.
You could choose from.
Yeah.
Win.
I would go Quiz Lady.
Okay. Okay.
I would go with Quiz Lady. Even though I said it was kind of, even though you know what's going to happen, it was like, okay, you know.
Okay. But you still rather see them win.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Well, the winner was Shantice.
Quiz Lady.
All right, all right, girl. All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay.
Okay,
Well,
here again, they got it right.
okay.
I don't know.
Well, it's diversity. Diversity
Yeah,
won.
that's what I'm saying. They got it right as far as diversity is concerned. You know.
Diversity won. Quiz Lady, kick it, click it or click it or kick it. I say.
I say still click it. Yeah.
I say.
Yeah, I'm like, I give it just a click. I'm not this, but I just give it one click. You know, we got to help out other colored folks.
Okay. So that's all we reviewed for this award show. We're not gonna, if you can always go back on the internet and see who won in the other categories, just in case you are interested. But we revealed the winners of the categories we reviewed, and it came out okay. It came out okay. It came out okay. All righty. Now we got this Good Times animated reboot. Now we're not going to discuss first what we thought of, what we viewed, but just the overall concept of having a Good Times reboot, animated version of it. Forget about what you saw. Do you think it's a good idea? Please put in the comments what Good Times is something that you wanted to see. Yes or no? Do not put any comments yet for anyone who has not seen it. I'll start with you, Brother Ainsley.
I would be game to try it out. Let's see. That's what we can come up with,
Okay.
knowing what the original Good Time was all about, and also knowing the story behind the scenes that was involved in trying to keep a positive family value in our community. And so I was very interested and curious to see what they're going to come up with in 2024. Okay. I'll leave it like that.
All right. 50 years later, Shantice, do you think there should have been an attempt made to have a Good Times reboot? I'm sorry, animated.
No. You can go to Freevee. You can go to Peacock. You can go buy the DVD and watch the original. You can't try to read. You can't make eBay a character, a cartoon character. You can't make. I mean, why would Bookman be a fat cartoon character? Like, come on, no. Just go back and watch. It's still streaming. Go back and support the original. Listen, Thelma, Michael, James, JJ, and Penny are all still alive. They need their royalties. Go and support them, the streaming service, so that they can continue to get paid for the reruns. I didn't see the point in a reboot, whether it was with humans or animated. That was silly to me.
Okay. I mean, see how you don't follow instruction. I said, do not comment on what you saw.
I didn't comment on what I saw.
Not you. The comments inside of the chat room.
Oh, I'm about to say I didn't say nothing.
Of the reboot, just the concept of bringing the Evans family back in a cartoon manner. Yes or no? For me, it was an absolute no. My thing is, I'm with Shantice, and I think it was authentic enough. They said that, 50 years ago when, they Eric Monty and Damon Evans took the concept to Norman Lear. He went for it, and they did 5 seasons. Then leave it alone. I don't think we need to be going and dig it up And
It was 6 seasons.
what? It was 6 seasons.
It was 6 seasons of Good Times.
Oh, you would know.
Somebody brought
Good
this
Times
up.
connoisseur.
So somebody brought this to Norman Lear's attention.
In the beginning.
All right, so it wasn't his idea, really, initially.
No.
Okay.
No. Eric Monty and Damon Evans took the concept to Norman Lear. Now, Eric Monty is actually partly responsible for the movie Cooley Hot as well.
Oh.
Okay.
So that's when all of that kind of stuff was going on, in the world. So they wanted to put it on TV, and they had All in the Family, and they had all these other.
Yeah.
Remember, the Good Times show was a spinoff from Maude.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
He was Florida was Maude's maid.
Made.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And what they did was they saw the chemistry between Evans, the two parents, because James had like a little cameo or something, and they saw that chemistry. So when the concept was brought about this family living in the ghetto in Chicago, which is where Cooley High was based out of, Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
they remembered Florida and James from Maude and thought she could actually lead a show. So
Okay.
that's how this whole thing got started.
Well, you know what? One thing while doing a little research on this, I thought because Esther Roll, she said I was under the impression that they didn't have any really in mind for James, for the father figure to really be in there. She insisted upon that because she wanted to make sure there is a complete family unit, a father figure in there, and so so she insisted she wasn't going to do it without it.
Right.
And come John Amos, and in both of them, they were very conscious about the image that was being portrayed and stuff like that.
That's right. And they wanted to kind of spot it the way they put him on with her on Maude. Every once in a while, the dad would come through, or leaving the dad out altogether. They toyed with the idea, and like you said, they both said from the beginning they're very adamant about a full family composition. So thank God for that.
Yeah,
something that they insisted on, and that's when a lot of the turmoil came in later.
Because John Amos,
right? Because JJ actually began to become the focal point, not the father. And the father was always down. He couldn't find a job, couldn't keep a job. And, they were messing with that, but yet highlighting this goofiness of this, JJ. And it took the spotlight off of Florida and James. James was the one who made the most noise and decided to leave. And
he didn't decide to leave. I heard his interview. What happened was, first of all, he said there was no black writers initially. So they wanted him to do things that he did was like say, no, we don't talk like that. We don't do that and whatnot. So he always had this kind of back and forth with the writers. And it got to a point, and it was a lot of back and forth. And it got heated. It got heated at times. And he admitted he wasn't so diplomatic in how he spoke about it.
I did read that.
Right. He was like, listen, y'all want to go outside? We can handle this. And so how he found out, he wasn't part of it. He got a call that normally want to speak to him. And he said, we got good news and bad news. Good news is we got picked up for a new season. That wasn't no surprise to him because they was in the top 10 like for 3 straight years in a row. They was in the top 10. There was no reason for them to come off, even if they thought about it. And so Norman said, okay, the bad news is you're not going to be with us. So, and just like that. So that's how all of a sudden he went away and he just ran off. Or eventually he died off.
Like the job.
He went and took a job
on the coal mine or something.
in Mississippi, and the family was packing to go meet him in Mississippi. And at the going away party, they were reading the telegrams. And one of the telegrams was from the mine in Mississippi that read, your husband, James Evans, was killed in an automotive accident.
Oh my God.
Well, and that's where we got that, and that's where we get that famous Estero line, you know, throw the thing, the bow down.
Yeah. Well, the interesting part was there's a conflicting story, because he said in an interview that I read many years ago that when the Roots casting was being done, is timely with his unhappiness at CBS with Norman Lear and, you know, the situation over there.
Okay.
And he decided to mutually decided that he would not return, and the Roots was right there, so it didn't matter to him. So, you know, I mean, maybe when he gave that interview, he didn't want to tell. He got, you know, kind of booted at the time.
Yeah.
But that's the story that was given at that time. And that later on is when Florida left, because there was no father. Again, this buffoonery with JJ. And she didn't feel like they were keeping up to good storyline. And she decided, you know, she did not want to be there anymore. So they married her off to Carl, which was the corniest story.
How you get cancer? You got to move to Arizona because it's better for your cancer there. Like, I ain't never heard it.
But wait, we got a couple of comments from our viewers. Ketty says no, she does not like the fact that there was a Good Times reboot. And Nika says no, leave the original alone. And Teresa says too many reboots, be original. And I happen to very well agree with that. You know, we know that those shows were great in their time, but you can't bring them back now because you don't have the same writers. It doesn't have the same essence. It's just no, leave it alone. But we got another. We got two more comments. Someone says yes, they do think that it was a good idea to bring back Good Times as a reboot and an animated. And James Woodall, same corduroys.
Excuse me. James only had those one pair of corduroys and 3 different shirts and his go to funeral suit. Okay? Don't be coming for James Evans.
Sir says, give it the boot, no more reboot. I agree. Leave it alone. But you know, they then moved in. So let's move on a little bit into their future seasons. So then, tell me what you thought about when they actually had to float without any parents. Now, in the original show, they were grown by the time Florida left. So what did you think about the season while there was no Florida and there was just Penny? That was the introduction to the Penny character, Walona, and the kids. What do you think, Shati?
I think it took a serious nosedive because, I mean, I mainly stayed between seasons 1 and 3 myself. Every now and then I'll watch season 4. But 5 and 6, I really got to be in the mood to watch those 2 seasons because it definitely took like a whole different turn because, okay, like you said, they introduced Penny, which was Jenny Jackson's character. So, okay, you got her. She was pretty good. But then it was just like all these whack episodes about now JJ is supposed to be a manager to a singer. And then him and the friends gonna go buy this car and that went wrong. And it's just like all of these useless topics. It's like bring James back and we keep see how he's struggling with his 6th grade education, if that's the case. Because this here was just like the each episode's topic was just like there was no real point. to the story anymore. So I think the only thing that kind of, gave it a little more purpose was the Penny and Walona scenario, with Walona adopting Penny and Thelma getting married. Outside of those two, like, situations, there was nothing, like, keeping it. Like, so what's the point in the show? You might as well just cancel the show now.
Okay. Ainsley, what did you think of the new dynamic that there are no parents, but the kids are grown, so they don't need parents now?
Well, that's when they should have changed the name of the show. Good Times Turn Bad. Because it was like, I didn't watch it. I mean, I really don't recall watching much of it. I know Thelma got, she got married off, and it wasn't the same show anymore. It was just like, it wasn't the essence of what we was accustomed to for those first 3 years. Now I understand things change and stuff, but that was too drastic, and it was like, okay, no, they didn't. It wasn't the same. So I agree with Shantice. After season 3, after James left, it was just straight nosedive, man. Straight nosedive.
Well, I'm 3 for 3. I think it was gone. It was bad times after that. I wasn't impressed with the Penny character being introduced. The initial shockwave of the child abuse and the burning with the iron, and that, I think that's what got everybody kind of pumped.
Right.
And they took the nosedive. You needed to stay there and keep that momentum going. And I don't think that they had writers good enough to be able to do that. And that's why, as you two said, it took a nosedive. I completely...
Here's another thing. Here's the proper reason why they took a nosedive, because you didn't have John Amos, behind the scenes kind of pushing for certain things they wouldn't do, or stuff that they wouldn't say, stuff they wouldn't do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You see the caption?
It was good. It was time for them to go. So here we are 50 years later. Esther Roll is no longer with us. Janae Dubois is no longer with us. But everyone else is still intact. Oh, Bookman, he's no longer with us. But
Right.
pretty much everyone else is there. So they decide to do this reboot. And I'm going to give you the premise of the new storyline, which is the Evans family must...
This bag.
And he's like,
What?
we can hear yo eating.
I'm not even eating. I just got. First of all, I'm using my popcorn, and just in case you want to get some sponsors for some sparkling grape,
He said if you want to get some sponsors.
They're not gonna sponsor us when people can't hear because this crackling in this bag.
It's loud, real. All right. I don't know. Nika, can you turn me down? Maybe. I don't know. All right. I try to be.
I'm scared to.
Or stop pouring one popcorn kernel out at a time.
I'm gonna get to the last of it. I had to go down in the bag to get it.
Oh my goodness gracious! All right, so the Evans family must manage the challenges of contemporary life, like social issues. Now, first off, we didn't even go to Thelma's family, Michael's family, or JJ's family. It wasn't like that. They went to the father in this cartoon is James's grandson. So we didn't skip that entire generation to now the grandson, his wife, and their 3 children are the focal points of this particular cartoon. So Shantice, you got Ainsley, I think you did first dibs last time.
Yeah. Go ahead, Shantice. You go first.
Please give us your take on the reboot, Good Times reboot.
I have never in my life watched a cartoon that was so despicable. That really had. I never watched anything, and I sat there and was like, "Dad, I'm black too." This was the first time. This was the first time I was sitting here watching it like, wow, and I'm black. Wow. It was horrible. You got the baby as a drug dealer. The baby is in the holder. The mother is holding the baby, and he's snorting the coke.
Oh, yes! Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm like, what? Then they're in the pool hall. I had to rewind this part. I had to make sure I was seeing what I was seeing. They're in the pool hall, the father and the son, and they said something about somebody's private part, and then you saw it drop in the man's pants.
No, I missed
Yes, I did the first time too. I had to rewind and go back. Like, did I just see that?
Yeah, I think I saw that. I didn't want to go back and look at it either.
I didn't see that. I missed it.
The cursing.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie. It was one time. The lady who worked in the building said something, and she cursed, and she said that I was dying. I can't repeat the line, but I was dying. Other than that, it was just like, what kind of Black Family Guy are we watching? Like, this was just like horrible. And for this to be made under the guidelines of being a classic Black TV show reboot, I personally feel anyone who's backing this in any way needs to be ashamed of yourself, especially if you're Black. If you're Black and you are giving this a thumbs up, I don't care if you're a fan or if you're part of the behind the scenes crew. If you're the person who's carrying the camera cord for the cameraman, you need to be ashamed of yourself, because you are helping. This is animated. If you're the maintenance guy who helps to keep the AC or the heat running while they're in the studio recording these lines, you need to be ashamed of yourself. You should have no part in the production of this project. It was horrible. Horrible.
Okay. We have Teresa who says, dang, they was taught for generations. No one came up. These were actually worse than the first set.
It was, because they got spam and onions for dinner and then breakfast the next morning.
Yeah. We have Anika who says, horrible. Truly, at Shanti, Black people made to look foolish again in our face. Foolish is not the word I'd use. Ainsley, what say you?
All right. First of all, I agree with Shanti's, but knowing everything we talked about, how much John Amos, Esther, they thought, they're trying to keep a positive image. They was concerned and knew about trying to keep a positive image. The values was in that original series. This one has none whatsoever. And I was like, who in the world put money up for this? And the more I started looking more into this and watching, first of all, I think you got 10 episodes. I ain't seen no 10 episodes. I scanned like the first 3. And first of all, it's a boring series whatsoever. I really don't understand how, because even Steph Curry is an executive producer on this thing.
Yes.
So I want to know how in the world, what I understand, how would you even support this? Now, the only thing I could say that I think besides the people who are in it, because you have JB Smooth, he's the voiceover, Wanda Sykes, you got all these people, but then you got to realize almost anybody will do, some people will do anything for a buck. You pay them enough money, only thing I'm doing, I'm just talking out of character and stuff like that. I ain't concerned about how, it's just my voice, but yet, this is where we at. Now, the only thing I could think of that I don't know if this is a marketing thing. If this was really a show on its own, and somebody had the idea to say, well, listen, let's put this under a Good Times banner, if you will. It can't be bad by itself. So let's use the Good Times. Oh, make this, or they're in the projects and stuff like this. Let's put this. Oh, Good Times. They was in the project. The family's in the project. Or let's say it's the same family. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to connect it, and let's get the Good Times fans on board to this and whatnot to get just that first, you know. But it's a disgusting thing. First of all, you got that little kid baby drug dealer talking like out of his mouth to his father. Now we know doggone well any black family, you know, you say something out of line like that, yo, call child services, ACS, because that child's gonna be he gonna feel something, you know. I ain't gonna be no that rod gonna be in action. Let me tell you. All right, then you know, because you go from the youngest in the Good Times, Michael, he wanted to be a lawyer, Supreme Court judge. Now we got a drug dealer.
Right.
Thelma, who wanted to be a doctor or a surgeon, right? Now this young girl, I'm like, why she got flies all around here? She that dirty? She got to have flies around here? Another episode, you know, she has a period. She walking around like just ripping between the legs, like all in the public. Like all this is okay? And I'm like, excuse me, what's the lead character, Reggie Evans? You got to have this fat, obese man as the father figure? He got to be obese. You know what I'm saying? So there's so much with this. It's terrible. I didn't hear about it until we started, you know, talking about it, and it's a good reason. And to me, this is one of those things you shouldn't want your name associated with. Now, maybe the story. I know a lot of times the storylines get better as things progress and stuff like this. But the idea, first of all, you take it away from the values that the original Good Times show was trying to portray, and you're gonna start off with drug dealing and you know, kid. It didn't make no sense. There was no kid in the drug dealing. It didn't make no sense. JJ, he's left back 3 times in the 10th grade.
Right.
It was anime.
After all the fighting that James and Florida did in the original one for him to get social promotion.
Right. You know. Yeah. So, I mean, what's positive about this? What is positive? What does this say? You know, and there's nothing positive. Nothing. You know, it's terrible. It's terrible. So anybody, I agree. Anybody who has a hand in this, you know, you need to be ashamed of yourself. I really need to be ashamed of yourself.
Absolutely.
I don't know, how much did you get paid? Someone selling yourself for really. I mean, you really don't care about. I mean, do you need a paycheck that bad? Is it that bad?
Yeah.
You know, let me read the comments. What, Steph? No, about black hardship or being in the hood when his father was in the NBA as well. And that was one of the comments when they first saw the preview. There were people who were saying, how could Steph Curry write about the hood or this lifestyle when he knows nothing about it? Well, he's not writing about it, but he's backing it. Well, if they showed me the first 5 seconds, I'd say, no, thank you. My money ain't going on this thing here. So I want to give you some facts. Renata Shepard, she is actually she's the writer and she's the producer and the creator of said Good Times. This reboot animated version. Steph Curry and Norman Lear are executive producers. And I want to I don't know her name, Marseille Martin, Jay Farrow, Gerald Slink Johnson, Yvette Nicole Brown, Jay Smooth, Cray Summer, and Cray Summer, you know, everybody knows Cray Summer. She's what's her name?
Freddie from A Different World.
Freddie from A Different World. Now check this out. This Rashida person, remember they did this Lashes by Lisa when they went into the salon. You know who she is?
Yeah. Who's that?
She's the one who played the bailiff on Jury Duty.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's her.
So they work.
Yeah. So they've got some, some other people in here that you may have never heard of. Oh, Afion Crockett. Look him up. Everybody knows him. He's been around for a minute.
How you even spell
He's
that?
a rapper. He does some comedic stuff. He's a dancer. Let me see what he was in that everybody knows. He was in Blackish, for those of you who know the Blackish show. You'll know him when you see his face.
Yeah.
Tell you his name again. His name is Afion.
It's Effion, right? I believe.
Affion. Afion Crockett. And he plays one of the residents. Well, Gabrielle Dennis is actually in this, Shantice.
Wait, whose voice is she doing?
She's doing Smooch or Smoochie, one of the two. Gary Anthony Williams. Now, I think Gary Anthony Williams, isn't he the narrator for First 48? He does the First 48. I could be wrong, but that name sounds real familiar. But so, they do have some known individuals in this. I remember when we saw the trashy, trailer, and Yvette Nicole Brown, she must have been approached with the comments like YouTube were just given. How could you? Blah, blah, blah. And she was very indignant. And she was like, I stand behind what I do. And, this is good work. And this shows this dynamic and this for us. Well, hey, Mariah. Just want to say hey to Mariah. If you're in the room, let us know you're in the room so we can give you a shout out. This was straight trash. I don't even think there's a word for me that could even be worse. This was straight trash. I think it was a serious insult to pair it with the original Good Times. If you were going to come up with something, stand on your own. Go give it another name. Do not associate it with anything. The first thing that turned me off was in the first 5 seconds of the show when they showed the husband in the bathtub singing to a roach, and a roach was singing. I was like, you can't be serious. That was the opening scene. And I was like, we going here already?
And he exposes himself to his whole family.
Huh?
And then he exposed himself to his whole family?
Yes.
He's walking around the kitchen with a towel around him, and that was hanging off. And I was like, are you serious? I couldn't, from the word go.
Exactly.
Was trash, and it got worse. I could not believe the scene where the baby was sniffing the drugs in the mother while the mother was carrying him. I could not believe the dialogue between the baby, like Ainsley said, the baby and the father. It was just.
Even the lady, Pastor Steph, like you said, the one that the bailiff does the voiceover. You in your apartment, you doing lashes, nails, you taking driver license pictures, and then you also do baptisms. And I'm like, why? Why?
Yes. As the mother runs around trying to get the drug dealing baby to get baptized.
So they could win the best apartment contest.
Yes. And here's the thing. I remember when the trashy trailer came out, people were saying, well, they did it with Family Guy, they do it with The Simpsons, they do it with American Dad. Then let them be trashy white people. If they're okay to keep this kind of show or those type of shows on the air for a decade. We know The Simpsons been on for decades.
Yeah.
Then let them do them. Is this? I mean, we really could not be represented any worse. I have to tell you, I have never.
Yeah, exactly.
Any in all the shows I have ever seen about us, whether it was cartoons or whether it was a movie, a sitcom, I don't think we have ever been so poorly represented and displayed. And I said in 2024, you are actually displaying us singing in a bathtub with a roach. So our roaches are able to sing, entertain us. Oh my gosh, I was just like living watching this. And the only reason why I pushed and looked at it was because we had to review it. What do we do? We already got bad stereotypes. We don't need anything like this to keep them going. Absolutely. That's what they think of us. And
that's what we think of ourselves. Because Steph Curry isn't white.
No.
Gabrielle Dennis isn't white.
Right. And this is what I'm saying. Every single one of these people, when Yvette Nicole Brown got indignant, I wish I could meet her today, because I would ask her, well, how did you grow up? Because I grew up in the projects, and I'm sorry, we did not look like that. And in 2024, 50 years later, from the struggling Evans family, just like Teresa said, no one has come up. Well, not only has no one come up, but we've gotten worse. Because
terribly worse.
Right. The Evans family didn't look like this.
Nope. We ain't never see their roaches.
It was horrible. It was horrible. It was horrible. Anybody, I agree with you, Ainsley and Shantice, anybody who would be associated with this, I would never cast them again. I ain't lying. If I was some casting agent, you would never work again. If you help us to look like this and you could sleep at night for $5, I'm sorry. You ain't got enough money.
It's bad on two fronts. First of all, it's bad all by itself, and it's bad when you try to put this on the banner of good times.
Right.
And the only thing I can really think of that maybe if you want to find a way, they took Steph money and they said it was going to be, maybe it's going to be the black version of the black version of Family Guy and stuff like that. And he ain't look at it, and I'm thinking maybe he busy. He trying to make it to the playoffs, but then they switch stuff around and put it under this banner of the Good Times reboot or the animation part of it, or most people didn't understand what they was getting into. But overall, the concept of putting this on the whole imagery is unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
It really is. Unbelievable is the word, Ainsley. I could not.
I think most actors, they got one. I guess they might have one. Job they did. They wish they never did.
Right.
Just for everybody on here, this is that one.
Yeah, because Gabrielle Dennis.
I love her. I don't know.
Yvette Nicole Brown.
What is she doing? Yes.
These are good black actors. What are you doing? How are you associating yourself with this? Because you ain't never gonna live this one down. I don't care who's involved.
This is worse than that Aaliyah movie, and I ain't think I would ever watch anything worse than that.
No, this was bad. This was horrible.
This is one of the worst I've ever seen.
Yeah. So needless to say, we give it a mutual.
Yeah.
I don't even say kick it. I say bomb it, blow it like they
demolition ball,
like they did in Oppenheimer. That's what you do here. Put a bomb and blow it up. Strike a match. Horrible. And it is so sad for us to be represented this way. So we definitely give it 20 thumbs down, toes down. I'm going to get my neighbor's vote and let him put his thumbs down. Oh, it's on. It's off. It's just done. All right. So last week we asked you to bring some ideas of what you would like to see us review on here on My Two Cents. So did you bring any ideas?
You asking us or the viewers?
No, I'm asking the viewers. Those in the room. All right. Shantice, you went first the last time. Ainsley, what would you like to see us review?
You know what? Well, you know what? I was thinking, I don't know, for next year. I guess next year, but you know, I seen. I guess when it comes out is Shirley, the movie Shirley, about Shirley Chisholm.
It is out.
Yeah, it's a good one. That's a good one.
All right. So we got to vote for Shirley Chisholm, and that's with
Regina King.
Yeah.
And do you know, I just found out today, her sister is also in it. I don't know how big her role is. Now, you remember what's happening now when Raj and his wife, remember they were adopting some little dark-skinned girl?
Vaguely.
Yeah, well, she was the one who played Raj and the wife's adopted child or somebody, because she was a social worker, right? Wife was a social worker.
Something like that. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So in the room, they want us to review The Cleaning Lady. Now, The Cleaning Lady is a drama series about a woman who doubles as some like a cleaner. So she's a cleaning lady like a maid, but she's a cleaning lady like a cleaning lady who cleans up jobs like Ray Donovan.
Oh gosh,
Okay.
gotcha.
Okay. We have a yes. Shirley was really good. Shantice.
I was trying to look at Cleaning Lady to see if I ever heard of it.
It's a Hispanic lady who's a lead role.
Yeah, I'm seeing now. You wanted me to talk about the movies I suggested?
Yes. What would you like us to review?
I would like us to review. Remember last year in 2023, they made 2 movies based on 2 of Mary J. Blige's songs. One was Real Love, and the other one was Strength of a Woman. I watched both. They streamed on Lifetime. They were really good, actually. It starred, I can't pronounce her first name, but if any of y'all saw Empire, she's the one who played young Cookie when she was younger. And then her love interest is, if y'all watch BMF, the one who plays Terry on BMF. And the movie both movies were really good. Like, The Strength of a Woman followed up from where Real Love ended off, but still like 2 separate movies. So of course, like, it'd have been great had you saw the first one before you saw the second one. But if you didn't see the first one, you would have still been able to appreciate the second one. And they aired 2 weeks. So 1 week, one movie aired, the second week, the next one aired, or the next day, something like that. But they were actually really, really good. And those are 2 really good young actors. They are really, really, really good. And the supporting actors, I don't remember anyone being in there where like, oh, that's so-and-so, that's so-and-so. But the supporting actors and actresses were really good as well. So I would like for us to review that.
Okay, so let's do this. I won't bring anything to the table. Let's start off with Shirley Chisholm movie. Let's do this. Next week, Thursday, let's review the Shirley Chisholm movie and The Cleaning Lady. Let's start The Cleaning Lady. See how we like that. And we'll vote as to, because The Cleaning Lady is a series.
Right.
Let's vote on whether click it or kick it. Do we continue to watch it, click it, or do we kick it and leave it alone? How's that?
Okay, so we're watching Shirley and Cleaning Lady.
Yeah. Do y'all like that idea? That's just what's coming off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
All
That's
right.
cool.
And then what'd you say?
You know, something crossed my mind. I can see I don't mind watching another series because not to go off topic because you know we really talked about one of our favorite TV shows was Law and Order, particularly SVU. But you want to talk about writing that has fallen off. The episodes is the last season or 2 or 3. The writing ain't the same, man. It's like really.
Which section of
SVU?
Really?
Yeah.
But that's not a surprise because think about New York Undercover. Same people almost. Well, Dick Wolf started both.
Right.
Yeah, but at least the original Law and Order, they were still doing better, But this, I mean, the writing is like you can fall asleep on this, man. Anyway, it's like it ain't much to watch. So I'm like, all right, listen. So if anything, you guys spend a lot of TV time, I watch something else because it is kind of falling off, man.
Wow. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
They stayed strong for a few.
I think 25 years. No, I think it's the 25th anniversary. I think.
Yes, it's been a couple of decades they've been on.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then here you got it, Cleaning Lady. So
again,
we're gonna review Shirley. Shirley is on what, Netflix? Yes.
Yeah.
Shirley is a Netflix movie, and we're gonna start the Cleaning Lady. The Cleaning Lady is on what network, Shantice?
The Hulu.
Well, Hulu is it's a Hulu series, or a Hulu because Hulu plays everybody pretty much.
Yeah, I don't think it's a Hulu series. No, because it's also saying you can watch it on Max and all of that. So it may just be streaming there, but it's not a Hulu original, I don't think.
Okay, I didn't think so. All right, so if we kick Cleaning Lady, then we'll go to Real Love and Strength of a Woman. And after that, I'm going to suggest Reasonable Doubt.
Ooh!
Now, Reasonable Doubt is a Hulu original. So start off with next week, God spares. Go home and watch Shirley, which is starring Regina King. That's a Netflix movie. Cleaning Lady can be streamed on Hulu. So look at as much of the first season as you can, so we can chat about it next week. We'll decide next week, regardless of how many episodes you watched, whether we'll kick it or click it, and see whether we'll stop watching it and move on, or we're gonna keep on going with the Cleaning Lady series. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
As we reviewed the winners of the Writers Guild Award, we have declared that, are they diverse enough for us, guys?
No.
No, they need help.
They're not even on TV.
Yeah, I believe they do have some work to do on their diversity and how they include us. We brought up some real writing, good writing teams, good shows. So they could have definitely done better. There were so many shows left on the table.
Yes.
Back over the last 4 weeks, and you'll hear of the ones we brought to the table. If you have something you want us to review, come on, get it put on that list. But until then,
put it on the list.
See you Thursday.
All right. Good night.
And kick that good times.